Good evening. I'm Vijay Kumar K V, Department of English, Government First College, Bapuji Nagar, Shimaga. Now let me introduce you the rise of the novel, 18th century. Novel definition. Novel form evolved in 18th century England. It is a new form of writing in England. It is a narrative form of storytelling which is used interchangeably with fiction. Storytelling is not a new thing in the history of human beings. From the ages of old times, man is narrating stories in oral form. The epic is a popular genre of storytelling which is including myths, legends, history, culture, heroism, and moral values, etc. The narrative form of storytelling has taken the form of novel in 18th century. It gradually evolved from character sketches to biographies to novel form. The word novel derived from the Italian novella, which means a short fictional prose narratives. Oxford Dictionary defines novel as a fictitious prose narrative of book length, typically representing character and action with some degree of realism. Evolution of novel. Reason for the rise of the novel. Actual beginning time of the novel form takes place in the classical times of Greeks, but it is fully flourished into the novel form in 18th century. In England, development of novel form linked to the rise of middle class. New discoveries, progress in trade and commerce improved the financial condition of the England. The merchant class who went on voyage to far off places became very prosperous. They had much time to spend, therefore they wanted to follow the aristocratic class. They imitated them in all ways of life. To spend their leisure time, they wanted something to read as the dramas was no longer the form of entertainment. The invention of the printing press has increased the circulation of the books and reduced its cost of preparation. The middle class people are eager to learn, so they demanded for public education. The classical books were translated into English language. Along with these translations, the travelogues of sailors, criminal biographies of captains, conduct books, diaries, and letters became popular source of reading. The establishment of Royal Society has further supported to enhance the scientific spirit of learning among the people. They encouraged more factual, plain, and direct speech than ornamental, figurative speech of emotions. It further framed in novels as realism. The journalism and periodicals also supported the growth of the novel form. They increased the interest of the readers for fictional characters. Narrative realism and secular morality, which will be the components of the novel form. The periodicals like The Toddler, The Spectator, and the German's magazines are very popular at this time, addressed the contemporary issues of public and private spheres of life. The common readers are curious to know about political issues and the life of the aristocratic class. Women are interested in domestic issues, their life, problems, and solutions. Hence, the novels written at this time are centered around such themes. For example, the first recognized novel Pamela is also focuses such issue. Before the publication of Pamela in 1740, in 1717 itself, Daniel Defoe published Robinson Crusoe. It is specified by its style of writing, theme, and subject, and stands apart from other writings. But it is different from Pamela as it adopted imaginative character and place. Then Pamela was followed by Henry Fielding's popular novel Shamela. Elements of novel: plot, character, dialogue, time and place, and action, style, point of view. The plot of the novel is very important in constituting its structure. It constitutes with events and actions. It also talks about the things which have suffered. Character. The character are such things who have suffered immensely, men and women who are supporting to carry on the action. Dialogue. The third and important element of the novel is dialogue. It takes between the character and supports the action. Time and place of the action. The action must take place in any novel. It takes place at a time in a play, but in the novel, it moves forth and backward. These actions will give continuity to the plot. Point of view. Every novel successfully presents a certain point of view of life and some of the problems of life. The incidents, the characters, passions, motives are revealed according to the view of the author. Types of novel. Novel form, which began with realistic qualities, evolved in various forms. Some of the important styles of novels are picaresque, epistolary, gothic, realistic, historical, etc. Picaresque novel is originated in Spain. The word picaresque or picaresca derived from Spanish word picaro, which means rogue or rascal. It depicts the adventure of a roguish hero from a low social class. Picaresque novel is based on episode structure. Generally, a rogue will be a hero and his encounters with corrupt world, plots and novel. The novel will be in first person narrative and usually it satirizes the immoralities of the society. The first picaresque novel of England was Thomas Nash's Unfortunate Traveller in 1594. The popular picaresque novels are Pickwick Papers and Tom Jones, etc. Epistolary novel. Epistolary novel adopts a documentary form of writing. It is usually written in letter form. The diary entries, newspaper clippings, and any other forms of documents are used to write novel. The word epistolary is derived from the Latin word epistole, which means a letter. Epistolary novels are based on realism as they provide realistic fervor through letters. In the age of prose, the letter writing, diaries, and character sketches have become very popular, which encouraged the epistolary novel. The regarded first English novel, Pamela, 1740, is an epistolary novel. Gothic novel. Gothic novel or the Gothic romance is a type of prose fiction which sets its themes in medieval period. The location was always gloomy castles furnished with dungeons, subterranean passages, and sliding panels. As the term Gothic itself is applied to the medieval architecture, in 18th century it is applied to the superstitious beliefs. The Gothic novel based on the horror, death, and theme of romance. In England, the Gothic style of writing began with the writing of Horace Walpole's The Castle of Otranto in 1764. Realistic novel. Realistic novel depicts the world as it is. It is not based on fantasy or supernatural elements. Generally, it gives the picture of the common man or people and their life. The problems and solutions, joys and sorrows, success and failures of the life are depicted in realistic novels. M.H. Abrams defines the realistic novel as a type of novel characterized as the fictional attempt to give the effect of realism by representing complex characters with mixed motives who are brought out in a social class, operate in a highly developed social structure, interact with many other characters, and undergo plausible and everyday modes of experience. Historical novel. Historical novel, as the name defined, the setting is located in the past. Any event, character, or place of the past becomes the theme of the novel. It depicts the social conditions and life in the past. There are many types in historical novels based on the themes it centers around. According to Encyclopedia Britannica, a historical novel is a novel that has its setting usually significant period of history. It attempts to convey the spirit, manners, and social conditions of the past with realistic details and fidelity fidelity to historical fact. Some other historical novels are Sir Walter Scott's Waverley is considered as the first historical novel, Leo Tolstoy, War and Peace, etc. So the suggestion of the summary, the new literary form of novel got popular in 18th century England. The main elements and types of the novels enriches our knowledge towards reading and understanding. So for further reference, you can refer David H's A Critical History of English Literature, Nair K. Pramod, A Short History of English Literature, Hudson, An Outline History of English Literature. With this, I conclude this session. Thank you.